And I failed Dub Nation. I went to the game with Evan, and I tried to will them a win. But the clarity that I got driving home, Steiny, is right now, this team, the schedule is not being kind. And you can say, well, you sound like scared money. What do you mean by scared money? You want it easy. Dude, they got Oklahoma City tomorrow. Then they got Houston, the Young Rockets, Monday. But, Steiny, I'm telling you, I would not bring up this player's name, but I sat there and watched the game, and it's apparent that anybody that was in Chase Center, they need a bucket getter. They need somebody that can put the effing ball on a consistent basis in the hole. I'm not asking you to do nothing. This is how you win games. You're sitting there and saying they got to buy time, but you win. They keep running. I think this thing is headed to where there's going to be a move made. That's how I feel about the 6 and 7 Warriors.
Well, I'll just follow up this way because I know you saw me shake my head no when you said offense. You're right. I'm not right. I'm not right on that. Offense is a problem, but that is one of the problems of the Warriors. Offense is a problem and defense is a problem and size is a problem. So usually teams with a lot of problems aren't very successful. That said, I mean, there's nothing left to do right now except try to win a game without Steph Curry. You know, like I was thinking
That's
about
real.
this, Scoot. I kind of do this show like I used to cover the team. Like yesterday, for example, it was all about Draymond Green. And yeah, yesterday I said, you know what? I think enough is enough. Something happened. I just don't think this team can win. Okay, well, I'm not going to harp on that all year. I'm really not. I'm coming in today. I watched that game last night. They got beat. They got handled. And I'm thinking, all right, they got to get a win here, and they got to hang around, and they got to stay attached to some of these teams in the standings.
No doubt about it.
That's all that I'm going to focus on right now. It's like what do they say? You can't win a golf tournament on a Thursday, but you can lose it on a Thursday. You can't win the NBA title in November, but you can lose it.
Yep.
You can lose it in November if you don't win any games. So they got to figure out a way to win tomorrow's game or the game after that and kind of just survive right now. Hey, they're in a lull. They're in a rut. They're in a dip. Some people think it's going to last pretty long. Some people think they could get it right back. So you got to try to win a game and get off this negativity so far.
Okay, and you know what? And I appreciate that. Tell me what you think of this. I know the OKC Thunder are not established in the sense that they're the Denver Nuggets and they got hardware. You know, they're a young and upcoming team. But the one constant I've seen from this Warrior team, even with Steph, is there's a juncture in the game to where you think they got it to within one, to where you think they are about to take off or they might even steal the game. As long as you've been watching the NBA, do you want to throw something at me and say maybe OKC or the other teams are looking like, ain't no Curry, Minnesota the other night. We got this when we want to turn it on, and then the game gets out of hand. Because if you want to, I'm trying to be positive, but they got it within one, and I'm like, okay, they got in the fourth quarter. Going into it was 1 point lead.
When?
Late third.
Okay. There's a whole quarter of basketball left. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, but
that's a lot. It's not like the last minute of a game. You're up
my
3.
point is, I was hoping they could build on that.
Of course.
But that's fool's gold, is what you're saying. Because it's not shaded any Warrior player. But Steiny, right now, I just don't see it, man.
That's why they got to get a win.
And Clay, can I just share with you my Clay thoughts?
Sure.
If I could have went and gave Klay Thompson a hug, Steiny, I would have gave him a hug. And let me tell you why. It's not he was 1 for 10. I'm watching him when he comes out the game. I watched him warm up. Steiny, it just seems like not preoccupied. He's wearing wherever he sees his career at and what he can do and what he can't do. From afar, it looks like it's weighing on him. I'm no psychologist or psychiatrist, Steiny, but damn it, I wanted to see, and I was predicting a big Clay game. I just wonder how he's coping, because right now it's not falling for him. And Steiny, another I saw another guy block his shot. I know it's basketball, it happens, but I mean the pride that this guy has.
What do you do? We know Clay is not the player he was right now, and he hasn't been the player he was pretty much this season. I'm not ready to answer that.
What
do you do? That's why I came in today and said, you got to win a game, first of all. Like, you want to trade Clay? You want to – I don't –
No,
I don't know what
Clay.
to do.
Like, how do we – like, they got too many – like, Clay's – he's in a slump. Wiggins is in a slump. But we don't know why. So, obviously, it's not the same antidote for both, but I don't have the answer. You got to win a game. And how do you win a game? You can't have one of your best players go 1 for 10 from the field and 1 for 6 from 3.
Got to win a game.
14 of 41. That three-point line has not been the Warriors' friend this year, even with the chef.
Nope. Have the Warriors ever had? Look, I sometimes we say stuff that's hyperbole, et cetera, but I've been pretty much covering this team for 30 years. I can never remember, at least through 13 games. I get it, their careers are different. The gap between the Golden State Warriors' best player and their second best player right now is a chasm.
Man.
Like,
thank you for bringing that up.
Steph Curry can do this for 70 games, and they're going nowhere.
No doubt.
Because nobody can do it alone. They've got to start playing better. They just do. And if maybe they're not capable of it. I've said for years, sometimes players get old in a hurry.
Do you think that's what this is?
You know, if you look at Clay, if you go to Basketball Reference, Spadone or John, and you look at, and it's not his fault, but if you look at his numbers pre-injury and then look at his numbers post-injury,
right.
You know, it's something that we're going to look at down the line and we're going to say he was never the same. He was never the same after the injury. It's not fair. It sucks because Klay Thompson's a great guy, but if you look at the numbers, we're going to say when it's all said and done, the injury really sabotaged Klay Thompson's career.
And
because the numbers are very different.
But I guess the goal, Steiny, is how close can you get to the target of what you were?
Well, not very. I'm sorry, not very.
Okay, and that's what
he was he's got to try to figure out how to be a role player in this league, I think. On that. 888-957-9570 is the number. Steiny, along with Guru. Warriors lose. Lost 5 in a row. They lost to OKC. I purposely came out and wanted to talk about the team first rather than one guy.
Yeah.
Rather than one guy. But the one guy has some news about him again. And, obviously Draymond missed last night's game. Missed last night's game. He's going to miss 4 more. So you're going to have to try to figure out a way to win a game.
Now, what I didn't hear going to the arena is, I don't know if you heard this, Steve Kerr talk about Draymond Green. And this blew me away because it's about wins. We got
to hear it?
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, partner.
Give Spadone a sec. Okay.
Spadone.
So before the game, it came down that Draymond Green was suspended 5 games. And if you'll remember, Steve Kerr was pretty supportive of Draymond in the wake of it. But here's what Steve Kerr said before last night's game.
Yes, he definitely took it too far. I didn't have a problem with him getting Rudy off of Clay because, the rule of thumb is you don't put your hands on another player on the other team. You get your own guy. And so I thought Rudy was wrong for putting his arms on Clay, regardless of his intentions. So I had no problem with Draymond getting him off of him, but he's got to let go. And he hung on for 6-7 seconds. And it was a terrible visual for the league, for Draymond, for everybody. So Draymond was wrong. He knows that. It's a bad look. The 5 games is deserved. And, we move forward.
Wow.
Somebody help me here.
Dude, go ahead. I need the same help. I told you.
To me, that's very interesting. And how do you listen to that?
That's a 180, too.
And not think, I wonder if the Warriors are trying to set up some kind of new rule system for Draymond.
No doubt.
Instead of saying Draymond's going to be Draymond and we got to live with him on the edge and, well, you got to take the good with the bad. This one had words like inexcusable, took it too far,
help,
bad look for the league, and the 5 games deserved.
And we need to get him help.
I don't know. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That was the
So I think give him help or get him help.
Yeah, go ahead.
But what I think the Warriors are doing right now is they're trying to reestablish something that may be too late to reestablish. They're trying to close the barn door, but too many cows have already left. Whatever analogy you want to use, but clearly the Warriors are making it known that they're not, to me, that's an indication that some in the organization, he doesn't have unanimous support in the organization. Can you guys give me that, Warrior fans, that Draymond Green no longer has the support of as many people in that organization as he once had? Otherwise, Kerr wouldn't have come out that strong against him and condemned him to that degree, which I can't remember if he's ever done that strong. So I think that's something that's going on here.